item a new life and preventing landfill using mending and traditional. Could we just have everybody on mute? Yep, just make sure you're on mute for now as I introduce you all. Okay, thank you. And so we're going to be focusing on mending and traditional Japanese and contemporary stitch techniques to my lovely class here that I have in Ravensthorpe and online. So if you don't want to throw anything out that you love because it has a hole, tear, or a stain, rest assured you are in the right place. We learn to revive and reimagine a garment and mend with purpose and style, turning imperfections into unique embellishments. Oh. So we will explore the joy of documenting your stitch, pattern, and story behind your creations, creating a tangible record of your creative evolution, creating your own stitch journal. So we will turn rips, tears, and stains into opportunities for artistic expression and repurpose pre-loved garments into bespoke pieces that tell your story and reflect your individuality. So you will leave with a stitch journal and potentially a repurposed garment. So it's preventing landfill, okay? So while Gabby is still here, because I know she's the head honcho of the Global Sustainable Fashion Week, and she's got all these amazing delegates from all over the world. And it's a real privilege to be able to coincide this journey with you, Gabby. It's a very, very, very special time for us here. And did you want to say anything just before? I know you want to rush off, or?
Yes. So I would like to greet all of you from Budapest. Today we have a press conference, and I will explain that from the different part of the world, the people are very pleased to join us. And a special thanks for Charlene, because I think that you are excellent in the sustainable fashion, and you had a wonderful fashion show at the Global Sustainable Fashion Week. And I am very honored to work with you, and you are also part of our Global Sustainable Fashion Week team and also board. And you make professional work and support also for the other designers, because they need also inspiration, new ideas, how they can educate the people, and this is very important. Also in Hungary, we try to involve many sustainable designers who can teach the people some tricks and how they can do it alone from their own clothing and so on. So I'm very, very pleased to meet you. Unfortunately now online, but I do hope that next time Charlene can would be in a position to join us. But I'm greeting everybody, also your friends and who are interested in this field and to work together and to deal with the sustainability, which is very important, to use also natural fabrics, natural materials, and to safeguard our surrounding and environment, which is also very important. You are living in a very beautiful country, and you have a nice surrounding and natural surrounding. So I'm a bit jealous that you can live there, but we have here in Hungary also.
Yours are the buildings and your architecture.
Places, yes. And I ask also some of our team members of the Global Sustainable Fashion Week to join to this event and to greet you, at least when they cannot take part in the whole workshop, but they would like to greet you. And thanks a lot. I'm very honored to be with you now. Hello.
Thank you.
Greeting everybody.
Yep. Thanks for everybody for joining. So what I'm going to start with, I'm just going to explain a little bit about sustainability, then I'm going to start the teaching. So obviously you're welcome to stay around if you have chance to, but I'll be focusing on the teaching and learning new skills. And I know I've got some enthusiastic students here. So, and some of them, so we'll be upcycling today. This is what our mission is. Okay, so I'll just tell everybody a little bit about circular fashion, just to give them a breakdown, okay? So if you want to stay, you're welcome to. Okay, so I'll just tell you a little bit. I started in 1997 as the eco-fashion movement started, and my first collection was exhibited at the Mercedes Fashion Week in Sydney, and it was their very first exhibition as well for sustainability. And I created a collection out of recycled denim, but this denim was actually denim shredded and respun into a new yarn. And then it was, I lived in Vietnam for a while, and I got repurposed the yarn with crochet and knitted in the Vietnamese Hanoi, where they are experts in handicraft skills. They were taught by the French. So that was my very first collection. Because I didn't want to create any waste, even back then, I realized fashion is one of the worst in the world industry. And we have a huge problem right now. So when I make a product, it's conscious with the design, the production, the reuse, and making conscious choices and the ethical way of living and consuming. And so it becomes like a lifestyle. And it encompasses sustainable, green, eco, and ethical. And it's about slowing down consumerism and respecting the environment, and utilizing materials already made reduces the carbon footprint and transparency. So circular fashion, through the slow stitch movement, which we're starting here today, reduces waste, maximizing the lifespan of clothing and textiles, which aligns with circular economy. It also encourages a resale market with repair, remake, alter garments, upcycle old clothes, and reuse by making new products, which are vital elements of circular fashion. Closing the loop is where garments are fully recycled, which minimize landfill. Embracing this approach reduces pollution, usage of water, and the reliance on producing more textiles and more garments. And it also creates opportunities for innovative business models and fostering a more environmentally consumer culture. So it's not a new concept, upcycling. It was very, very hip in the 1970s. I don't know whether any of these designers here are really inspired by the 1970s fashion culture, but it was when the electronic shopping started in was actually invented in 1979. And that was when the first e-commerce started. And then before we know it, to 2020, consumerism tripled with the fashion industry because of its readable, accessible, and availability, but it's actually causing a huge problem on the environment because there's just mountains of landfills and deserts. And so it's about the cheap consumerism, that buying cheap stuff. And you may wonder why I'm talking about it. It's because clothing has become so disposable, creating huge unbalance and landfill on Earth. And back in the 70s, when applique and embroidery added individuality to clothing, and clothing in those days, which I'm not sure if anyone feels the same, but I think clothes have got very boring because they're mass produced and there's no unique individual way to express yourself. Now, with basically creating a upcycled t-shirt or whatever, you could put a little bit of your little bit of thing, embroidery or applique on it, and it's an extension of yourself. So we personally take responsibility for our own impact, starting at home with our own wardrobe, of course. And you'll find your mind, while we're doing this workshop. It totally relaxes your focus on the fabric and you become the stitch. And if you have those garments that you've held onto or thrifted textiles or materials, now is your time to put them in good use for newfound skills. So I'm going to start my teaching lesson. So thanks for joining, everybody. And I'm going to take everybody into our first traditional stitch and layering technique, which is the Japanese running stitch, which is the sashiko. And it's a Japanese term. Borrow is the practice of using a simple running stitch called the sashiko. It's to reinforce a textile item using discarded scraps. And I have many scraps here that I've collected over lifetimes of being a fashion designer. So I've got my textiles, I've got my torn garments, I've got some beautiful threads, and just the tools that I need to start the workshop. And so basically many fabrics or the cloth can be layered and takes on this beautiful just expression of different patchwork, and it can become quite a nice piece, and it extends a life to your pre-loved garment and could become a heirloom to your family generations and even a collectible art form. So borrow stitch, the first technique we're learning, is sewn in parallel lines and comes from the Japanese word borrow, which means something tattered or worn out. So Japanese women used the borrow technique to repair clothing so that they could be used from generation to generation. It originated in the 1500s, and used cotton textiles were used to recycle, to make new or repair clothing, as well as futon covers, pillows, and aprons. At this time, the Japanese only had a handful of garments in their entire life, and they were precious. And fabric scraps were highly regarded at that time. And so there was a need to strengthen the damaged areas on the cloth and add effective design elements, but also nurtures the soul while they're doing it. So with this technique, we can use vertical lines and horizontal lines. And in today's trends, borrow is actually quite a style statement and is designed with current trends such as denim and upmarket fashion collections. It's used as a creative way of using scraps of fabric. Then the second technique that I'm going to go through is the traditional stitches, which I think a lot of people would know. They are the herringbone, the blanket, the satin, chain, and back running stitch used for mending. And just wanted to open the floor on my Ravensthorpe side. Just have you used any of these traditional stitches amongst you?
Well, I learnt herringbone at school.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what was the other one?
Chain stitch,
Yeah, chain stitch.
blankets. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that was in the, yeah, 60s.
And has anybody not held a needle or thread yet? Has everyone had a chance to use a needle and a thread? I'm talking about my students. Yep. And Julia, have you had any experience with needle and thread? Oh, okay, she might be muted. Okay, no worries. All right. So anyway, today we're going to be creating a stitch journal. This is the stitch journal that I've created, which goes with me everywhere, if you can see. So this was when I first learned my techniques with the borrow stitch. So today we're going to be starting a stitch journal, which will be a well-traveled journal. And I've used hemp. And so I've given a blank one of these to my students. And then we're going to take these stitches that we've learned today, and we're going to apply them to some garments. Like these are a pair of jeans that I recently stitched because they're my favorites. They've been lying in my cupboard for years, and I haven't really had the time. And they're my favorite American jeans that I bought while I was there. And this, again, is also my favorite American jacket, which I've started patching because it's ripped. I've worn it to shreds. You know that expression when you wear something to shreds because you love it so much. So there we go. So I've got a borrow stitched jacket here that I'm still stitching because it's like becoming an art piece, and I've got bits happening everywhere. Okay, and that's the back of the jacket. So what and that's also, it's been very worn here because I bought this in California, and it was okay. So I've started my borrow stitching there, and we're just going to take it around the room. And so that's what we're going to learn first. Yeah, that's the borrow stitch and the patchwork. It's many layers of patchwork. Okay. So what we're going to do now, the ladies that have joined the workshop, we're going to get your pieces. Okay. And we're going to take the back first. All right. Oh, sorry, I didn't give you yours. You can choose which one you want. The black one or the fawn one? The fawn. Yeah, that's yours. Okay. Okay. So I've just given out some kits that I had for my students. And so can everybody see all right? Is everyone all right at home? Can you give us some feedback via chat if you're having a struggle with seeing what I'm doing? And
I'm following.
Hey?
I'm following you, Charlene. I've unmuted now.
Hi, Julia from West Beach. That's about, what, 300 k's from Ravensthorpe?
Yes. Yeah, not very far. 2 hours. 2 hours away.
Fantastic. Cool. Cool. All right. So grab your back piece, which has got, the back piece has got your reinforced. I've actually ironed a facing on that, so it stiffens it up. Okay. So what we're going to do is grab your little thread in your pack and needle. Yeah. Is it hot stiff? Yeah. So just grab the end and attach another piece. You've got a few patches in your kit. Add another piece to the back of that. So it just hides the facing. Okay. I've started a sample. Can you bring it down? Of running stitch. Okay. So what I want you to do is thread your needles. And I'd suggest threading the thicker yarn first, because I've supplied you a 6-stranded yarn, which if you want to make a thick, when you get a little bit more practiced with your stitching, you could use the whole lot, or you can actually use 2 threads, you can use 3 threads. It's really great that you can actually, could somebody's got, oh, okay. Okay, is it, okay. So we'll be using the 6 threads using your large needle. Okay, so we'll use your large needle. And usually you take about an arm's length of that yarn, okay? Just so that it doesn't tangle up. I mean, I use a lot, but I'm sort of used to. So thread your needles. And we're going to start doing our borrow stitching, which is the running stitch. And we're going to do it horizontally across. I've just got to, is everybody at that stage where the needles are threaded? And sometimes you've just got to snip the end off if it gets a little bit too frayed. Okay, so we all got our needles. Okay, so I've started my stitch already, my borrow running stitch. And I've come to the corner. So what I'd like you to do is from the back, thread your needle. Are you guys ready? Yeah, you do the two together. So has everybody got,
Two together.
yeah, so I'm doing layers at the moment. I'm doing the back one and a layer of the other one.
Okay.
It just reinforces it.
So this one.
So is everybody at that stage where we are pulling the needle through the back of the three
Like from
fabrics?
From the back.
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah. And you can start anywhere because this is just our samples. So start probably in, yeah, about 2 centimeters within the corners. Yeah, start underneath. And what you do with the flap, I usually just anchor it in with just another little stitch behind it. Okay. So anchor it in a little stitch behind. So you go about 2 millimeters back.
Yep.
And then come up where you started from that hole at the back.
Yep.
Always come in from the back with your needles, guys. Okay. All right, come in from your back. Yeah, oh yeah, so you're at that point. Yeah, so you come up again. So we've anchored in, so you don't have to tie any knots or anything. Then the stitches, so you'll have like a little 2 mil anchor stitch. Then you just do about 8 mils. Yeah. Yep, that's it. And then go back onto it. So it becomes one stitch again. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, I see.
Okay.
I see that.
So
Oh, got it, yeah.
if you want me to come around, I can help.
Okay, now let's see.
Okay, so there we go. And we go back in. And then come up about the same distance, the same apart, the size of the stitch. I'm doing them slightly larger at the moment because I'm trying to teach you online as well. But the more confidence you get, you can go smaller if you want to. There's no rules about sizing or anything. So borrow stitch, you can run parallel lines. So you can either space your stitches directly opposite or slightly. This is where the design aspect comes into it. Okay, so you've started your first row. And we'll just do a few more stitches. Is everybody okay with doing the running stitch right now? Just chat in the chat box if you feel like you're getting left behind or okay. I also just wanted to show you your template. The template, which will also help. Which I've provided in the kit. So we're actually doing the first one, which is the running stitch. Okay, so if you follow the first stitch of rows on the sheet that I gave you guys, if you follow your running stitch, so you're just still doing your first line, which is great. Okay, we're just getting into the flow. All right. So just do your first row. And then when you get to the edge or where you want to stop, you can stop anywhere, but I've taken this to the edge. Take it to the edge where your needle is taken at the back, if you know what I mean. So you finish with a stitch where you go down into the back of the cloth. We're going to do a couple of rows which are parallel to each other, okay? Just for this first stitch, just to get you into the stitch mode. All right, guys. So has everybody done at least one row, guys? No? Take it as far as you want to. All good? Yeah. Just go running stitch. Okay, when you come to the end of the row, so you finish behind your thread, okay? So that's the finish that's behind my thread. And I'm going to, about the same stitch distance apart, go up next to it. So it becomes like a parallel replica of the line that you've actually just done. Okay. And we're going to do about 3 rows of this just to get you into the momentum of the sashiko stitching. And try and keep the distance the same. There's sort of like an order to it. Okay, so distances are the same.
That's what it looks like in the back.
Should be looking like that.
Oh,
okay.
I've been going, okay, I see.
It's just like a dolphin.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
that.
I've been going back.
Okay. Does everybody, Julia, how are you doing there?
Yeah, no, I think I'm all right.
Does
Not very
everybody want to
straight, not
show
very
me what you're doing? I can't see you two. Hi, Kathy. Yeah, great. Yep. Awesome. Okay, so do 3 rows where you are identical mirrors of stitches that you've just done. Okay. Yeah, so go back down in. So you're leaving like an open field, like where your stitches is. There's no line. The line's at the back. See, that's the back where the line is. And the front is just rows of stitches. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So this is a garment that I've been working on. I don't know whether you guys can see because I've actually used 2 running stitches there. Okay. Parallel to put this patch on. So this is me in action creating a garment. Like I say, this is not a finished product yet. And so these are all the different stitches that you'll be learning. Okay. I'll just show these 2. I'm just getting up for a second. Do you want to just show the room? So this is the idea, Jess. So when you're putting on a patch, you've got the rows running parallel, you know?
Oh, but,
Yeah. So I was going to say match up.
also stitch the
Yeah.
same as it.
Yeah.
Oh.
But that's okay. You can carry on. Just go in there and then go in there. And then I just want you to get used to doing parallel lines, exact mirror of each other. And then start here and follow that and then follow that. Okay.
I was looking at
That's
that.
okay. Yeah, no, I was just going to start. I know that's that. Okay, I've changed it. You carry on doing it.
You're doing this.
Yes, I'm doing that.
Yeah.
One is, sorry,
Oh, that's
not very clear. It's like all those is one, actually. Okay, so where's that one? Where's my stitch? Yeah, great. Beautiful. I can see it all happening.
The back's a bit different. Because I did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do another row of the one that you've just done, like parallel with each other, like we're doing this one here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So on your sheet 1, we're doing this one here. Okay, before we're doing that one, because this is all one, just practicing the parallel lines. Okay. And some people mark it on, when you're learning, mark it on the fabric. So if you've got any chalk or pencil, you can mark it on the fabric. All right. So we'll just do 3 rows of that one, like what I've done on diagram 1. And then we'll get into, then we're going to continue on the same, once you've done the 3, we're going to use your sheet and we're going to go to the very first one, you know, where there's separation with the stitching. Can you see that, Kathy? That one? Because we've been doing this one down here, right? Yeah. we're practicing all of one. So it doesn't matter what sequence you are. All those are the ones, the parallel lines. Okay, so if we follow at least doing the ones with the parallel line.
Yeah.
Okay. But- Yeah, just do 3. I'm just trying to get you into the movement of stitching. It's so therapeutic doing hand stitching. Which designers here do hand stitching, you guys from Europe or India? Who does any hand stitching? I know you guys in your collections. Are you all designers?
No,
Minaz?
I'm not.
No? Okay.
No, I'm not. I'm a lawyer.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Well, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
I'm a very hands-on designer. So I sort of do a lot of the, the handicraft as a designer. Like that's what I do. So, and I love sharing it with others. No, that's louder. Okay. And Mohammed, how are you? I don't know anyone else, but hi Lilith from Fremantle. Okay. So guys, now once you've done your 3 rows, Erica, are you fine?
Yep. That's the thing I recall.
We're going to do
That's the imperfection of it.
yeah, that's it. It's the imperfection of it, which is the beauty. That's exactly what it is. That's outstanding in my eyes. I love it. There's no perfection in this art at all. It's imperfection. Okay. Right. So we're still on template number 1 with the borrow stitching. So just advance your whatever you want to do on that, whatever you feel confident on this section 1 tackle, because there's a little bit harder parallel stitches on that one. And then we'll take you into the others where there's more shapes. Okay. So I'm going to do, yeah, it's hemp.
It's great, but it's got the little holes. It's almost like
Yeah.
it's got the like the line.
It's tough
Like,
because it's also got the backing, which creates the edging of your stitch journal. Okay. So once you start applying all your different designs of your parallel stitching, we'll be getting a little bit more advanced. Okay. Is anyone trying anything else on the template of that section 1?
I'm trying the one that's every other. So the very first one.
Yes. Yeah. Cool. Okay. And Sarah, you okay? Cool. Okay. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm changing the stitch now. Okay. Because everybody who's not part of the workshop, I have a template that we are using part of the actual creating the stitches. All right. So this is one that, like I've showed you before, that I've done with all the different variation of the stitches. If you guys want to have a look at that too, that's all the different variations of stitches that you'll be learning. And they're all, most of them on this template. Okay. So is everybody enjoying the therapy of this beautiful hand stitching? It's
Yeah.
hi, for those that have just joined, hello from Australia. We in a little town. I'll tell you a little bit about our town. We live in a very remote regional part of Australia. It's the southwest, and it has it's the south. Sorry, it's not southwest. Yeah, southern west of Australia. And we have beautiful, what can we say? Because we do have a lady here called Erica who's doing the workshop, and she does walking tours around this area where there's beautiful wildflowers and beaches and mounts and bush, Australian bush. It's really, really spectacular for nature. It's raw nature. And so we're very, very remote. We have like no retail outlets. We have a couple of cafes. We have one main street. We have a lolly shop on the main street, which is what Australians call like a candy store for drivers, because we are so remote between two big towns that people stop for refreshments in this town. So as an eco-fashion designer, I moved here about 2 years ago. So I'm still very new to the area, and I love the area because it's so remote and full of nature and inspiring flowers, and it's just a beautiful part to live. And it's very safe and very quiet. Okay. And
it's one of the most biodiverse, florally biodiverse regions in the world.
So Erica, what do you want to say?
It's one of the most florally biodiverse regions in the world, and there's the whole area here, including Ravensthorpe and other areas around, are under a biosphere, a UNESCO listed biodiversity biosphere reserve, which is one of 3 in Australia and one of 34 in the world. Yeah, so pretty special. With the wildflowers are amazing.
Yeah. And we have a wildflower show in September. And how many flowers are there's a special show for tourists that come through?
About 650 specimens around most years.
Yeah, 650 amazing specific specimens.
Yeah,
all named. So it's a very, very, very pretty place. Yeah. So everyone that we've just joined, we've doing a stitch journal, learning the Boro Sashiko stitch technique for layering and mending. Okay, so how's everybody doing with their first row of templates? Yeah, the one. Perfect. Yeah. So did you want to tackle any of these?
What now?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can do the 2 with the cross with the, you can try those. So you just do 2 parallel. Do the vertical lines first and then the horizontal afterwards. So you're not stopping and starting. Do you know what I mean? So when it comes to this one, guys, who are doing the workshop, the one on still number 1, the parallel lines, has anyone attempted that one yet? Sarah? No. Yay, that looks amazing. So that is really good for somebody who hasn't done any stitching. I thought you'd never, Kathy, I don't know, is it true that you'd never picked up a needle, or you have? Yeah. Kathy said you hadn't done a lot of it.
I haven't. I picked up a needle before, but I've never had any formal sewing or anything, any instruction or anything.
Oh,
I've worked to mend fishing nets and sails, and that's about it.
Oh,
There you go.
perfect. Well, this would be something to extend what you have done before.
Absolutely. I
Nice.
do, I fix holes at home in clothing and
Yeah.
hems and things and buttons, but no one's ever taught me. So I'm enjoying
cool.
this.
Nice. Awesome. Thanks
Right.
for that. And Julia, how are you doing?
There's room for improvement, but it's all right. It's okay.
Yep.
Getting there.
So Julia, how did you find out about the workshop?
It was on Facebook, on Esperance
Okay.
Facebook, because through Ravensthorpe, yeah. So
Yes, sweet.
I thought, yes,
Awesome.
give it a go.
Oh, welcome.
Thank
And
you.
do you come through Ravensthorpe away anytime?
Oh, sometimes, yeah, not much.
Yeah.
We actually been in Esperance terribly long. We've only been here since September of last year, so we try not to go to the city too often.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yes, we do pass through Ravensthorpe when we do. Yes.
Yeah. Because West Beach is quite a beautiful. I've never been there, but apparently it's quite beautiful, is it?
It is. Yes. It
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
Nice.
All the beaches are beautiful.
Yeah. So we all have these pristine beaches here, which are amazing. And we have the whales go through, and there's like a little whale nursery just by the national park here, and seals. It's really beautiful marine as well, life. Okay, so is everybody okay? I'm just going to go and check everybody here.
That's okay. Oh. Yeah, awesome. That's exciting. I'm loving it.
Yeah, that's really nice. Okay, so once we get down to, because 2 is more or less the same, it's just on your template. So it's just variation. One thing about borrow stitching is that there's lots of variations that you can do. Like there's the chevron, there's the parallel lines, there's the different banding. And then when we get down to number 4, which we can start on another piece. So you can carry on number 1 at home. And I think I'm going to get you onto number 4 or number 3. Sorry, my number 3 is this circle. The circle here. Yeah, number 3. We're going to do that because those others are variations. So we're going to start doing number 3. Sorry, my it's not
here.
Yeah, number 3.
Yep.
So this, if you want to, number 3, you can actually, if you've got a pencil, you can actually draw the circular lines. So you actually going, you're stitching lines up with the circle, the semicircle. Okay, so you're welcome to use that, or you can just, if you're confident, you can just do your stitching. And usually you can start either way. Usually it's the larger circle first, and then, yeah, but that's okay. You can start with a smaller circle if you want to. There's no right or wrong. And then you just keep going, doing your semicircles. All right. So we'll start on that. You can start that on another piece of your fabric that I supplied. Just a plain one, yep. Because you can carry on with this one when you get home, you can keep practicing.
So that was attached to that, right?
Yeah, that's it.
You attach that one.
Yeah, we'll be working singularly, and then at the end of the workshop, we'll be attaching the whole lot as a little booklet. Okay, so it's a lot easier to work with just the little sheets of paper. The last one was a little bit harder because I reinforced it because that's going to be the back of your little journal book for your stitch journal. And then we've got a few just plain ones like that, guys, and we can just carry on because it is quite stiff fabric. You don't need to reinforce it. That was just for the edging of your book. Okay, so we will endeavor to do number 3 together. Just thread my needle again. Any questions?
Yes, it's harder than it looks.
Can you just show us again, please, how you started without using a knot?
Oh, okay. Yep, sure, definitely. Let me just thread my needle again, Julia.
Thank you. Because I always use knots when I sew.
Yeah, I used to be in knots, and then when you do this sort of work, it's just a matter. Okay, I'll show you here. Okay, so say I want to start the largest circle. So I'm going to start this corner. So go in from the back of your cloth with your needle coming through. Then you just put a small little anchor stitch and you keep a little edge like that. It doesn't matter how long it is because you can snip that off. Okay, so about a 2 millimeter stitch back stitch where you pulled up your needle.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so it's like a little back stitch. Then I'm going to come back up where that little back stitch where you entered the last one and go over the little anchor stitch. Okay, but I didn't get that one properly, but usually you've got a line more or less where it comes out, you know, like the back.
Dolphins again.
Yeah. So we're going to do, is that all right? Does anyone understand how you do an anchor stitch? Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah, I think I've got it. Thank you.
Okay, sweet. Right. So because I'm not focusing too much on, usually at home, this is like therapy. It's so beautiful just to sit and stitch. So I'm going to draw because this is what you can do, draw the shape in a very light pencil and follow that shape with the stitching. I've supplied pencils if you guys want to do that, just so that you get the sort of shape and the rows, so you know where you're going. Especially when you start, it's probably a good idea just to do this very lightly. See what I'm doing? Yeah. And then I'm just using the whole fabric to do.
I'll just draw a line.
Yeah, just draw your lines. Does everyone see what I've done there? Oh, it's a little bit bright, but I've drawn the circular lines that I'm going to use as a template. Yeah. And this is a specific Japanese shape. They're sort of quite organic with their stitching shapes. Circles, sort of, you know, horizontal, vertical, and I've brought in some other different shapes that you can do with stitches as well, like little stars. Okay. So if you just follow doing like a shape now as opposed to just going linear, and more or less the same stitch size that you're comfortable with, and then you can get to know what it's like doing a running stitch or a sashiko stitch, like circular now, as opposed to just linear. And I wonder if I've got a sample of one that I've used. I haven't used it in any of these. Let me see if I can use it in that. Okay, so I've sort of used this jean tear. Okay, so when you look at a jean tear, it sort of went straight across the jean. Okay. So how I've patched it, I've created like a nice little design, organic design, using a little bit of the circular motion, because otherwise I could just go straight, but I thought, no, I wanted to follow this loop inspiration. See the back pocket's got that loop. So I thought just to tie in a bit of the design from the jean. So now I'm thinking about color when I'm doing this. Okay. So color and what is on the jean already. So it's got a bit of movement. So my patch, I sort of wanted to create a little bit more movement. So there's a little bit of a design happening when you get into the mending side of it. So this stitch here will help you get those more circular lines. And how's everybody doing with the circles, the more semicircle line? Yeah.
And do people do like different colors?
Yeah.
You know, like different, like
yeah. You can get all these threads. Talking about colors, guys. Okay. So these are made in France, these colors, this particular brand, 6 strand, but the colors you get are amazing, and you can pick them up from any craft shop. Okay. And of course you can also use, now we're talking about threads, I'm just going to throw this into the pack while we're talking. These are recycled silk from Nepal that I picked up at a op shop or thrift shop, and you can use that even, you know, for the different colors, and it's a variation. Okay. And it's recycled.
Oh
yeah. So they come in amazing things from Nepal, from probably recycled silks and things. And it's amazing what you can find at a op shop or a thrift shop. And of course, it's helping the environment. It's not being thrown away, which, I mean, if so it's worth looking as well as craft shops. I sort of look at op shops first as an option to try and get my resources, or use what I have. Like over the years, I've been a fashion designer now since '97. I have collected a lot of stuff. And even when I travel, I love collecting, going into vintage shops and finding their vintage laces or anything vintage, or the flea markets in Paris or anywhere in the world, and just finding these beautiful one-off things that you can incorporate as a patch in your collection or in your wardrobe even. And you'd be surprised what you've gathered over the years. So it's worth just having a look and pulling it all out and having fun one day and sorting out what you have collected over time. So is everyone okay with the semicircular one, the design? Going around the bend, literally? No. It's good to have the global sustainable fashion. Some of it, I see Monica. I don't know, Monica. Are you a designer? Monica Chaudry? Not sure. Yeah. So if there's any questions that anyone I see in the chat, Sky, there's 14 questions. Ah, okay. Is it something that I can know? Yeah. Oh, nice. Oh, cool. That's okay. Thanks. Okay. How are we doing for the time? That's okay. What is the time? 6. Okay, so we'll carry on doing a bit more of the borrow stitching. We'll get into the more advanced one where you can sort of continue these ones that you're getting acquainted with at home, but I just want to take you a bit more of a challenge. So number 5, okay. So number 5 is a typical Japanese type of decoration where it's got the semicircle, then it's got the other half, and then the other half, and then the other half going. Does anyone want to challenge that one, or do you want to wait till you get home for that one? Do you want to challenge number 6?
Okay.
Because we can do a little bit on that, just getting you out of the square of being simple now to get a little bit more variegated. Anyway, something like that. And I think 6 speaks for itself, where it's just the number 6 is the stars, which I think's very easy. And then number 7 is just making a shape out of the stitches. So we'll do probably another few minutes with doing these. So I'm taking you out of the square so you can think of how you can utilize the stitch as opposed to just going straight up and straight down. Okay. Okay. So there's also a lot of my work that I do is, I've even got it here on my jacket, and this was from a many-year-old, that this is a whole felted jacket. It's got a bit of the borrow stitching as, I don't know whether you can see, okay, there, as just, instead of doing the traditional seam, you know, which is just a seam that is, well, a traditional garment seam, this is how I've created my seam. I've just overlaid a whole lot of fabric and just stitched all the Japanese stitches to create the fastening. Do you understand what I mean? So instead of having a traditional seam going down, that's what I've created. So you can get very creative with how you put your garments together, guys. So I'll just use this jacket. Instead of just having a plain seam here, I've joined it with and then I've just stitched around. Okay, and that's the same. So you can see that was the edge, the frayed edge I've incorporated. I've unfolded. I'm against tradition, so that's how I created the seam. Just overlaying. Okay.
Yeah, without folding it or anything.
No, no folding. I just overlapped it. Just rectangular fabric. And I'm sure a lot of the eco-fashion designers, if they're watching here from Hungary, with zero waste, the concept is either restoring your old clothes or I'm a very big fan in zero waste. So a lot of my pattern is generally, I don't make any waste. Well, stop. I just use linears and fold the fabric, or there's no cutting. It's just a matter of what the fabric goes with what. So I am absolutely zero waste when I create a garment. And if I do cut into the garment, it goes straight into the patch pile, which is for, you know, making squares and like even like a hem. See this is just a cut off jean, right? Somebody's jeans just can be used as a patch. Doesn't go to landfill. It's going to be used in a design, or you can use it for anything. Lucky in this town, we have somebody who does a lot of mending, and I get all her stuff like this. Judy, she gives me bags of all her cut off jeans, or yeah, you could use it for a sleeve. And she's a bit of a quilter, so I get some of this as well to use, so I don't have to layer it. I've got it already done for a patch. So the world's your oyster. There's no such thing as you can't use anything. So how's everyone going? Have you moved on to the hard one? Yeah. Bless you. Oh, and that's what I wanted to talk about as well before we leave the borrow stitching is I haven't actually got it on here on my sheet, but it's called seed stitching, but it's also used in traditional contemporary embroidery as well. It's what I love the most is when I stitch is where the apricot yarn is. That is called seed stitching. So it's lots of little stitches, but what it is used for is filling. So you've got the outlining, what I'm teaching you right now. But when you want to fill something, you can either use satin stitch, which is that, which we're going to learn in a minute. So I'm leading up to that. So anything that you want filled, satin stitch or this seed stitch is a great filler of a space. Okay. So you can have your outlines and then your face, your filling, face fillers. So I've got the outlines and then I've got the filling and then I've also got here the satin stitch. Okay.
And what's the filling?
Oh, the seeds, we're going to do that next. The seed, they call it seed stitch, or they call it, hang on, where's that? That's the seed stitch, which is lots of little stitches.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like when you stop.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so once we feel confident with doing circles, we're going to do a bit of seeding, which, like I say, I haven't got it on my diagram, but it's actually really lovely to work with. There's my other piece of fabric, and I've lost it. It's that piece of fabric that I was working on stuff. Oh, yeah. I remember.
This one.
Oh. Okay, so everybody happy with that? Because I want us to move on to other stitches while we've got the time here. You all good, Julia?
Yeah, I'm fine. Yep, thank you.
Sarah? Yeah, good. Kathy? Awesome. Okay, so you can do it on the same piece, or if you want to do it on another piece, I've got another blank piece that you could use. And I'm actually going to do it on this piece that I've been working on because I actually want to fill the middle a little bit. So I've got the outline and I'm just going to do like a little circle in the middle of seed stitching. So seed stitching is just a smaller stitch than what you've been doing. And you come in through the back. Okay. And then you just do a little stitch randomly, like little stitch any way you want to do it. You're just filling space. So your mind is, I'll put it there. Whoops. So I'm going to just fill this little space here. I'm going to just draw it in. Just that little area, like a semicircle, on that piece that I was working on. And I'm just going to use seed stitch to fill that area. So it's a very random stitch. It's fun. It's a fun stitch to have because it just does a lot. Yeah, you can do it on another piece of fabric that you've got there. Okay. All good? Good. Oh, I'm loving what I'm seeing, everybody. It's awesome.
So we just
yeah, so just go in at the back and then just I can show that to you. So just random little stitches
and to fill up the space.
Fill up the space.
Okay. So just you got a big space?
No, just a small little space. Do a small little circle and then fill that up with seed stitch. Okay. Or they call, there's another word for it. I call it seed stitch, and I think it's called, oh, I can't remember what else it's called, but I call it seed stitch.
So dolphin is still? Dolphin?
Yeah, dolphin, but tinier. So you're going half the length that you've been stitching.
Okay.
Go smaller, guys. Yep,
Oh.
Julia?
Yeah. Oh. No, it's okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Smaller.
If you,
Smaller,
yeah,
yeah.
smaller stitches, but random, filling a little space. Do like a little circle full of lots of random, any direction. You sort of organically will be drawn to where you want to put your needle in and out. Okay. So this is great therapy, this one. I love it. I could do this for hours and hours. And you just become sort of one with the needle and thread, you know? So, and just. So there's no uniform method to it. It's just random. That's why it's probably called seed, because it's like seeds and it just goes all over the place. But its purpose is to fill a space. And try and do different directions. When you find yourself following the same direction, just go different. So like we say, this is just a practice run to get the confidence with stitches, and then you can apply it to some clothing. Does everybody have a little piece of clothing with them, Sarah? Yeah. You guys? Oh, well, that's okay.
But I do have something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay, so we're going to get into the fun bit in a minute, which is has anyone got any scraps of fabric that they've brought with them to the table at home? Like just like scrap fabrics like that I was showing you, like anything like that? Because we can also, there's quite a few different ways to creative mending. You can do it on, once you've worked out what you want to do it on, your mending, like whether it's a stain, a tear, or a hole, you can either, there's many ways, but I'm going to walk you through that, because you can either embroider the patch before you put it on the garment, or you can do it between the hole so that it becomes part, like the jean that I showed you. I haven't embroidered any on the fabric because I quite liked the fabric because it was sort of loud and fun. And so I haven't done any embroidery on it because I think it speaks for itself. I just wanted to carry that colors and the pattern on the external of the garment. And just, I can, when we get to that point, but then there's the other way, which is where you embroider before you put it on the garment, okay? You can do the seeding. So this one I've actually done seeding before I put it on the garment as a patch. And there's no right or wrong way to do a patch. You can either put the patch on top with the frayed ends. You can press them with your fingers and not have a frayed edge. You can use your patch under the hole. So there's no right or wrong way how you're going to actually use the patch to mend your clothing. It's just, it comes to the design. It boils down to the design that you want. It's not just randomly, oh, there's a patch, I'm going to actually put it on my hole or my tear. It's becoming an art piece, okay? So you're going to have to think about colors of the thread, the colors of the fabric. What sort of fabric is it? Is it cotton, or is it, you know, like could be a jumper, it could be anything. So you've got to work with what you have, okay? And so the start of the design would be working, like I said, with the jean. I want to bring that pocket sort of pattern into the patch so it becomes balanced. So there is a little bit of artist aesthetic to it. It's not, oh, I'm just putting a patch on. It's like, yeah, I want this to look amazing, and this is my way of expressing how I want to mend the imperfection to become amazing art piece.
Pleasure, Charlene.
Well, I hope you're having fun.
Yeah.
It's actually supposed to be winter here, but it's actually quite a warm. I don't know if everyone else is warm, but it's the middle of, well, it's not really the middle of winter. It's still sort of autumny, isn't it? Well, when the winter solstice, yes. Lilith and I were talking about the winter solstice coming up. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so it feels we've been sort of, we need lots of rain. We need lots of rain. Pray for lots of rain in our part of the world because it's very dry. Okay, so that's sort of my seeding, just what I've demonstrated here today. So I've just did a circle and I just wanted to, but you can organically flow that like a wave if you want to, like do a couple of parallel stitches following that line, and then do another little seeding molecule thing so it becomes sort of organic. I'm taking my jacket off now. And I wore this badge. Where's that badge? I wore this badge. I think Mohammed will remember. That was the badge that I got at the last Sustainable Fashion Week in 2017 that I attended. And I pulled out this jacket today to wear it. And this was on it. Hi. Hi, Mohammed. Do you remember
Thanks,
these?
Charlene. Thanks for wearing it.
Yeah.
Good to see. Yes, yes, definitely.
Are you in Budapest?
It was a memorable time.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Yeah.
it was on my jacket that I was going
Workshop
to
is
put
really
on.
good. I really like to see you.
Oh, yeah, thanks. Yeah, I miss being in
Welcome,
Budapest, though.
welcome.
Hey?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
And I really
you.
like your workshop. It's really informative.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks. And you're doing a lot anyway, aren't you? Hey, I mean, you're traveling and you're doing this and you're doing that, and you're very busy. Follow you on Facebook.
Yeah, and there is another event coming in Bangladesh, probably in November. I'm basically the show director. Yeah.
Oh, the show director. Wow.
So
Is it a big
lots of
fashion
work.
show?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a fashion show.
Are you
3
still
days
doing the ones
exhibition.
in Dubai, or do you do the
Yeah.
ones? Yep. Nice.
Yeah, probably in Pakistan as well. So there are a lot of work coming on the
Wow.
way.
Awesome. I'm sure Gabby's very excited to
Thank you
see
very
you
much. Yeah, she's
and everybody, of course.
she trusts me a lot. Yeah, we all, this is all our teamwork, and we all work together, and that's the strength of
Absolutely.
Global
Yeah.
Sustainable Fashion Week.
That's really good. And one day I'm definitely going to come, because I'd love to do an artisan residency in Paris one day. I dream of something like that, but somewhere in Europe.
Yeah, definitely. Also, one day I will visit Australia as well.
Oh, of course. You'll be very welcome. Yeah. Yeah, everybody's
Thank you very much.
friendly.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yep.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mohammed. Okay, so how's everybody's seeding going? Good? You're having fun? Oh, that's nice. And Sarah and Kathy?
Somebody had said to me, in 10 years, you're going to love stitching. I would have gone, no way.
We've got someone here who loves stitching now. That's awesome. And it's something that you can do a little patch while you're traveling somewhere, you know, you like just keep something, you know, do a little art piece and then you stick it on your garment when you get home, or something you can carry around with you. It's like in the old days with the knitting, you know, people used to carry their knitting around everywhere. Yeah, you still do. And Sarah, how are you going there with the seeding? Beaut. Oh, wow, you did that. You well advanced. You did the number, that big one. That's good. And Kathy? Sweet. That's really nice. Oh, that's it. Beautiful. Very nice. And those times that we spend up at Kunda, you can take that into the Kunda. Kunda. How do you say it?
Kundip.
Kunda. Yeah, lovely.
Yeah, that's the seeding I had to go at.
Yeah, nice. Really lovely. And you did the chevron. You're well ahead there. Awesome. Good. Yeah.
Bit
awesome.
uneven.
No, that's the perfection about it. Right?
Right.
It's that organic feel, you know.
The magic's in the imperfection.
That's
right.
it, Sarah.
Oh,
Absolutely. Very nice.
I'll be running to it then. Thanks.
Right. Okay, so we've done the seeding. Now I just want to take us on to a bit of the traditional, you know, I'm not talking about anything to do with Japanese way of stitching. It's satin stitch, which is quite a common filler as well. So if you wanted to do a little circle again, coinciding with your seeding, just do it next to it even. We're going to do a little bit of satin stitch, okay, which is also a filler. It's used as a filling. And I've got a pair of jeans, I think I showed you. It's just, anyway, I'll just get the thread. Oh, we've got plenty here. That's why I brought all this. How are you guys doing with threads? Because there's heaps here. Yeah, yeah, just help yourself here. There's here.
Which of the same as this? Is it any of these?
This one, yeah, those, any of those, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're just going through a little bit of the choice of colors here. I mean, if you've got any of your own colors, I just put the standard green in just, you know, as the part of the, we're going to be doing satin stitch.
Oh.
So satin stitch, I want you to draw a little shape, like a circle, similar to what you did with your seeding stitch. Okay. So I've done another circle here.
Oh, I've got something here.
Oh no, use this. This is what it's here for. It's to be used. Don't use that. Okay, so when you do a satin stitch, I know I said you can remove the threads and that, but it's good to keep it quite a thick thread because it's a filler. So I'll just cut that off.
Oh, this one? Oh, yes, sorry.
Oh, there's scissors and things here too. So if you want to buy some.
Just a shape?
Yeah, just do a little shape, like a little circle again, or any shape, just so that we can start doing the satin stitch now, which is the filling. So is everyone okay with your anchoring when you start without doing a knot? So when you start on the edge of the circle, say, start sort of at the halfway mark where the circle is. So on that sphere anyway. So say I've done that circle, I've just done, I've gone in on the side. No, not on the side, on the side of the circle.
Yeah, outside.
Yeah. Okay, so I've done a circle, so I'm going up. And then I'll always sort of, with that little thread that's left at the back, it doesn't matter how long it is because you'll always stitch it off as long as it's sort of anchored with a little tiny anchor stitch. So that's sort of basically in out. Oh, gone in the wrong way. I'm not thinking. Oops. The satin. Sorry, I went in. So do a little anchor stitch, and then once you've done your little stitch, you take it as close to the back of the anchor stitch.
Yeah.
So you've gone
So you
in.
line parallel to it?
Yeah,
All
very
of it?
close,
Okay.
parallel. So you go in a little bit, and then you come up as close as you can next to it, and then you run parallel, going up and down, following the lines. So this is great for petals, for leaves, for anything you want to fill. It sort of becomes a parallel.
And do you move
You
on the last stitch? Or?
yeah, slightly behind it, but lower, if you know what I mean, because you're following the circle, right? And you go slightly higher.
I did an oval shape.
Yeah, that's okay. So any shape, this will work. And then you go
Yeah.
just, oh, okay. So there, so I'm following, I'm slightly lower, but close.
Yeah.
And then I go slightly
Higher.
higher.
Okay.
Okay. So slightly lower, slightly higher, depending on your shape. So, Julia, how are you with the satin stitch?
Yeah, I'm just making a start here.
Cool.
Thank you.
So it's slightly below where you came out of to slightly higher, depending if you've got a circle or, so you just go just slightly lower when you carrying on the stitch. So you go under and up above.
Charlene, can I get you to hold your piece up to the camera?
Oh, okay. Can you see?
Yeah.
See, I've done a circle and I started there and then I slightly go higher. I come up higher and go in lower. Come up higher and go in a little bit lower. So it becomes a bit more slightly elongated every time, slightly. So you start off tiny stitches, and then as the circle gets bigger, it's going to become longer stitches, if you know what I mean. Each time you come up next to it, slightly under it. Oh, she can't. Kathy, how are you with that? Okay, so I'm going to show you my needle. Okay, so this stitch I've come up from behind.
Sorry.
I'm going to come, so the thread's there, and I'm going to come slightly under Sarah. Slightly under there.
Yep.
And I'm going to pull it. Can you see it okay?
Yes.
I'm going to pull it down like that. See? Then
Yep.
I'm going to come up again, slightly higher. And then go down again, slightly lower.
Yep.
So it becomes an elongated state, the stitch.
Yep.
And I keep going up at the same side and then down at the same side. But each stitch is depending on your, can you see?
Circle.
Circle. Yeah. Up. And then down. Yep. All good?
All good. Thank
Yeah,
you.
sweet. Sweet. And you guys all good? Yes. See, so it's taking shape. It's taking shape now, just as a filler. It's a solid filler. It's when you want something filled solid. It's really nice. Or even if your jeans are frayed and rarely worn, like inside of the leg, I've used satin stitch. See, Sarah? I've used satin stitch inside of the leg just to reinforce it, just those elongated stitches, and it creates a nice little pattern. You see? I mean, it's not very, it's still got bits of denim shredded in there.
Looks great. Thanks, Charlene.
Take this off actually. Warm.
I can't.
It warms you up as well, not only your soul. Hand stitching. Oh, okay. All right. Okay, so guys, we're just watching the time here because it's ticking without us even realizing it because we're having so much fun. You've learned basics. So that's the traditional that we started from the sashiko to a little bit of the traditional. We can learn a bit more traditional, but I'm worrying about the time because I want to actually show you how to also mend a garment, you know, so that if you've got pieces and you want any queries or anything like that, how you take these stitches. So once you've completed your little journal, if we don't do it right now, but when you get home, you just put your swatches together like that. Okay, I'm work in progress with a lot of this. What? Okay, so the back is where the reinforcement is. Then you just put your layers and together at the selvage edge where you can stitch. Yep. Okay. And this little piece of felt that I supplied, you can stitch on as well because it becomes like a little needle holder. So that's the purpose. You can put it on the front. Where's my one that I use? My little journal. No. Sorry, guys. Is it that one? Yeah. So this little journal that I made, I've just kept, you can put anything on it. Yeah. Oh, so okay. I put that fabric, but I thought felt is, because this is hard for the needles sometimes to go in this fabric. Felt, it's easy to stick your needles in. So it just becomes a little needle storage on top. So when you want to reference what you're doing, you know, you've got your needles at hand and you've got your little Bible. It becomes like, this is my little Bible that I take if I want to use, you know, any stitches from it. So it becomes my little workbook. And so what I'd suggest is stitch them in rows where it's not thick. So when you're stitching the next one on, you stitch that onto that back, and then you stitch that one onto that back, so it's not so thick. Do you understand?
You're not sewing through the whole
thing.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
you're just catching the one underneath to bind it. Okay, and then it becomes a bit of sashiko at the same time. So that you can do at home as well, and then attach your little felted piece for your needle holder. Okay. So there's a couple of the traditional ones that I can show you as well, which is the chain stitch. And I know I'm saying a lot, but chain stitch is a very traditional stitch. So that's on your sheet number 2 that I've supplied. Okay. So those are my hand drawings, so I hope you can understand them. But if you can't, these are all over the place. You can Google them down on, you know, it's very, I've got books, you can get books. I've got this needlework book. This is my little Bible. I love this book. It's a vintage book full of beautiful needlework, encyclopedia. It's so cute. So it's got all these beautiful, beautiful stitching. So that, and, you know, you can buy or borrow from the library. There's lots of embroidery books that teach you the more traditional type, but I really wanted to focus on the sashiko style because that it's just a nice contemporary style to mend a piece, and the Japanese have been mending. So you can bring all this type of thing also into your embellishment. There's nothing stopping you. Like I say, it's very easy to find books or find that other online. What do you want, please? Okay, so we've done, if we look at sheet number stitch 2, we've done sort of running and darning stitch. Okay, that's the traditional way of running stitch. Back stitch is similar, but you take your needle back and you come out. Does everyone want to try a little bit? Do you want to try these more contemporary styles while I'm here, or? Yeah. Yeah. So that's on your sheet 2. Well, let's do, we've done the satin stitch. We've done sort of the running stitch. The back stitch is easy. Do you want to try that back stitch? Which creates, like, instead of having the spaces in between, the back stitch becomes one line.
Yeah. We're good on the back stitch here.
Okay. Does anyone want to do back stitch?
Is that so you go up and you come
Yeah.
back and you go up, further up?
Yeah,
and back?
yeah. I think it's a pretty,
yeah.
you know, these are the basic ones. Then there's chain stitch, which also becomes a stitch where you can run or create a little leaf or stem. And again, you can use circles. You can take these stitches and use any how you want it in your design. Does anyone want to go through chain stitch? Because I wouldn't mind getting onto the borrow stitching if.
We're
I'm
happy
good.
to move on.
You have, and Julia?
Yeah, I'm good with all the stitches. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Move on.
So,
Yep,
because
thank
those
you.
are they traditional contemporary stitches, okay, which you can bring into your work. All right. So, what I want to do now is once you've done your little stitch journal and you can complete that at home and join it at home. Is everyone all right with that?
Yep.
Okay, cool. All right. So, has anyone got a garment that they want to work on or talk about?
My yoga pants, but I didn't bring them.
Has anyone got like a little piece? What about Julia? Do you have like a little piece that you want to get some advice on how to do it or what to do?
No, not
Okay.
at the moment. Thanks. I'll just keep watching.
Okay. So we're on. Beautiful. I want to show you then. So Jess is an avid embroiderer. She loves her embroidery and I believe she's really good at it. So Jess comes in with the more traditional way of sewing and she's done a little sample of chain stitch.
Yeah, that's that. And into the bottom.
Can everyone see that? Like that?
Bottom side, yeah.
So it just sort of like, I'll explain it to you as well because she started it. So she, say like you've just started, so you come up and then you go back in and then you loop your stitch and then you come back through the loop and then you pull your stitch, all right? Well done, that's great. Okay. Now, so when we're transforming a pre-loved garment, so borrow technique requires 3 layers to achieve the depth and the texture. So you have the outer patch, the middle piece, which is the garment, and then you could put a stable plain weave or patch at the back to make the inside of the garment interesting. So that's the back of my garment, okay? So guys, so that's the back. I've used like a little canvas because this is to reinforce it. So really the back of your garment is the reinforcer, okay? So, and then your stitching comes in the front, okay?
And the back doesn't get seen, so it can be any.
No,
yeah,
but
yeah.
if you want the back seen, you can make it really neat.
Okay.
So it's up to you. So I've left the edges straight because you can do whatever suits you, frayed or non-frayed. I've used a little bit of t-shirt fabric in that one as well. So this one was very interesting garment to work with because there were so many wears and tears with it. So I found an old vintage tablecloth, okay, and I cut it up where the neck had a big rip and tear, and I've still got the pins in there. So you can pin your patch on, okay, and if you keep the edges raw, you can use your satin stitch to either create a bulk or an edge finish, and you can bring out your satin stitch out variegated or straight. Okay, so I've used satin stitch as an edging there. Yeah, you can use the buttonhole stitch as well if you want to neaten up the edges. And then this particular one, I've just done the borrow 2 double layer stitching to reinforce it. And then a bit of seeding and a bit of just vertical stitching around. So that's got a bit of vertical stitching just going around. And then I just didn't want to work on the patch only because it's becoming a bit of an art piece. Like I say, this is still a work in progress. You can see my pins there. So you can pin your patch to where the hole is. Okay. So this had a huge tear. So I just pinned it all together and reinforced the bit that I could work with first. All right. Because do the easier bits first, because sometimes it gets a little bit tricky trying to fix tears. All right, especially when it's aging fabric. So you need to really reinforce the fabric. I've used a bit of slanting straight stitch here just to give it a little bit of an edge and support. I've got a bit of t-shirt underneath that one to reinforce it, to give a bit of stretch because it's a little bit of a sort of spot there. And then I've done a bit of seeding stitch and then the doubling of the, I don't know whether you guys can see it, but that's sort of the artwork that I've been doing on that. So any questions about how you want to approach a project with mending a creative garment? Okay, Erica's got one here.
Well, just for example, something like leggings or something like structure, and you know when it gets a tear, all the edges inside are all very thin, and they're all very torn, and you can't stitch it really. And if you stitch it all across, I mean, I just darn things by across it, but it squashes it up, right?
Well, I would find an old t-shirt or something that you can patch at the back.
With even leggings.
With leggings, or because even with darning socks, they use just woven fabric sometimes. It depends. You can, and that's in the.
You put it underneath.
Yeah, you can put it underneath. Then you can
okay.
do a little fancy stitching on top. It's just a matter of, like you say, those curly frail bits. It just strengthens that curl. So you can use another t-shirt, or you can use, like I said, a woven piece, to put under the hole, and then you do your darning stitches. Any other questions about how to how you want to mend anything? Kathy, do you want to say anything? What's that? Can you show us what you're doing? Yeah. Cool.
Pockets.
Well, Kathy's
here.
Kathy's been
shredded. Where is it all shredded? There it is.
What are they
Can you
pants,
see it
Kathy?
all shredded?
Can you come a bit
Wasted
closer?
fabric. So it's a tearing pants.
Great pair of pants.
They're all shredding.
Cool. Awesome.
So
tell us, how are you doing that one? Are you putting the fabric behind it or in front of it?
yeah, behind 100% cotton t-shirt material to sew onto the seams and across the top, and then I can decorate on the front.
Yeah, lovely. That's great, Kathy. That's a great endeavor of shredded stuff. I love it. The more shredded, the more challenging, I must say, but that's really good. Well done on that, taking on that challenge. And Julia, do you have any questions regarding anything like a garment?
No, I'm all good. Thanks.
Yep. Okay. And what you're learning today, you understand how to apply it into a more decorative feature on a garment?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sweet.
I haven't done much on mending things. I've done it on more, like wall hanging type things. So I just want to know how to do the more functional sort of stuff. The layering things. But
the layering and the
I thought about t-shirt material and things. That's really good. Good advice. Yeah.
Probably could use her leftover spinning wool for a lot of her patch stitches.
Yep. Yep. I don't think so. I think it's second pound. So with this this jacket, I've used a lot of stitching on this particular one just to create the color. So because I've got a lot of orange on the back, I wanted to bring orange into the front. So we're getting more onto the design aspects of things, the color choices that you make, you know. So that one I'm still a work in progress. It becomes a work in progress, a lot of it, because you'll wear it and then another patch will appear and then it becomes just this amazing piece. And it becomes your piece with your story in it. And it's so fun watching it evolve, you know, because you have no idea, because you start with something and it's just a process. It's just something that you're going to just enjoy doing a lot of when you've got a spare moment and you just want to have a bit of time out, not thinking anything, just watching the stitch evolve and the colors that you choose. Okay. And so any other questions? Because I think this was quite a good sort of example of like Kathy's as well, shredding, or like a pair of yoga pants that needed to be fixed, which is great. She's not throwing them out, you know. She's
That's so new.
Oh, okay. Well, they're even new. They're not pre-loved. Well, they are pre-loved, but
No, they're new. That
perfect.
2 or 3 years old. Is that the blanket?
That's blanket stitch.
Did you do that on a hem?
Yes, you
On
can.
the edge of a napkin or something?
Oh, actually, I'll just show you some things that I've used.
I really like that one.
So
Because you do see that on the edge of blanket. It's beautiful.
this is a top that my hem was just that, you know. That's how I made my hem.
Yeah.
This is a natural dyed piece that I did with eucalypt. So it's that lovely orange. So I was just showing how I've used just that stitch, plain Chico stitch as the hem only. And it works with it because it's got a bit of shibori, you know, there, and it sort of stitches. Then I just wanted to show you this is some pieces that I've made, natural dyed. This is a bit of seeding, okay, and a bit of feather stitch. So I never use any darts or any pleats. I wanted to shape the bust of this particular dress using traditional embroidery. This was done ages ago. So it creates the fit. Can you see that? So and I've also seeded this piece here just to get the shape. There's a lot of seeding in this particular dress. So can you see that at home? So this is, there's a lot of, this is the back. That's the back, which has got seeding, but I've seeded the whole hem on that. I'll show the ladies here in a minute. I don't know whether you can see. It's very hard doing online, I must say, but I'm quite enjoying it. So, and these were just remnants from a designer who was about to throw them out, and I said I'll buy a whole bag of stuff. That she was a Perth designer, and I used to go around to all the designers and just buy bags of their scraps and put it on, you know, embellish my pieces. And that there's seeding on that as well. I can show you guys. That's the seed.
You sell your stuff online?
It's hard sometimes online, but I can do commissions and stuff like that. I find if someone wants an idea, you know, it works so better.
Yeah, and that made it crunch up.
Yeah, and it fits. It's not so. I'll throw out all tradition as an eco fashion designer. I sort of like to work with what I have, you know, and thread, needle, a bit of cloth.
Simple,
keep it simple, and Now, what is the time? Are there any questions, guys, like while I'm here?
Yeah, quick one. About the yoga pants got me thinking, what are the best sort of stitches for stretchier fabric?
Well, I think anything like with a bit of the seeding, you know, which is the variegation, it's not so linear. So
Yeah.
a bit of the seeding around it.
Yeah.
And you could sort of, probably a little bit of blanket stitch gives a little bit of blanket stitch as an edging could work as well. Yeah. Because that's got a bit of a stretch. So anything that's not, you know, like straight, like I wouldn't recommend a straight, I'd just say seeding or a bit of
herringbone.
Where's herringbone? Let's just do that again. Oh, okay. Herringbone, yes, because this is sort of like a silk georgette, and I've used herringbone on that. Yeah. Which is stretchy. Yeah. So that's herringbone.
Okay, yeah.
So that, yeah, this is a georgette. It's very stretchy. It's like a stocking, you know? Yeah. Yeah, so herringbone could work as well.
Okay, yeah. Good.
Just have a play, you know, like what I'd suggest, guys, is getting some fabric that you feel like you want to work with at home and just stitching some pieces together, like layers, and then you start using them as patchworks. You know, you don't have to only do it on the garment. You can prepare your patchwork with your art piece on it and then take it back into the garment. You know what I mean? Create a design working around the patch. So it becomes this little bit of an art piece and no one knows that it's a tear. No one knows it's a stain. No one knows that
you've got a great idea for a novice.
Hey?
That's a great idea for a novice. So
yeah.
I'm not worried about worsening my garment. I can practice on somewhere else and bring it back to the garment.
Yeah. And so basically, yeah, it's just creating something out of something that isn't practical anymore into something that's artistically practical, you know, because no one's going to know that that's a tear. You know, when you wear it with a hole, they'll know that. But when you start evolving a bit of the stitching into the garment, no one's going to know any better. They just think, oh, that's a nice thing on your pants. So you can use any fabric, I'd say. It's not. I know traditionally the Japanese use it on hemp or their linens. It's beautiful on linens. It's really gorgeous. But, you know, being in a Western world, we can utilize any of our fabrics. I mean, natural is better, of course, if you've got natural fabrics. And you get such a diverse range of all these beautiful cottons and wools. Like, you know, I know these are tapestry wools, but you can still even use those. Yeah. So and also you can play with the different thicknesses of your yarns, like from very thick to the skinnier type, you know, so that will also variegate your design that you choose to do on your garment. Yes. So like I said, you can separate the strands on your 6 strands of the cotton. The French ones are really good. Yeah. So how are we doing for time? Oh, we've got 10 minutes. So anyone want to say anything or ask me something while I'm here, or want to know anything? Didn't I cover something that you were expecting to learn today? I'm open.
Oh, I've just learned everything.
Yeah. So
I've read photos, mastered you too.
Cool. Julia, is there anything you want to say or anything, or you're quite happy with everything?
No, yeah, no, that was good. Thank you. Yeah.
Awesome.
Just getting on and practicing it now.
Yeah, and take it with you where you go, put it in your bag, get a little, you know, little thing, take it around where you're sitting in a room or waiting room or out on the beach or, you know, anywhere. It's one of those things you can do anywhere. Yeah. You know, there's no yes, no place, yes place, because it's a little stitching thing. So, well, I hope you guys have enjoyed it and celebrating the Sustainable Fashion Week, which I have to say I coincided it on purpose for Gabby, you know, because she'd worked so hard and I wanted to, because I couldn't go there, participate. in a community environment, which is great. And you've been great students. So, yeah. And I see there's a few other people that have joined us. So I'm not sure where everyone's from, but it looks amazing. So hello. Hi. Where are you from? I can't read his name. Anyway, I'm just saying hi. Hello from Australia, everybody. We're just about to finish our presentation with our workshop. Do you want to show the people that have just come on what we've started doing? Do you want to just show, because there's a few new faces here. We nearly finished, guys. I know maybe the time zone, I'm not sure what part of the world you guys are from, but it's 7 o'clock here at night. And we've just been learning to do a stitch journal as a reference to take to mending clothing. So that's great, Kathy. Do you guys, the Ravensthorpe crew, do you want to show what you guys have achieved today? And oh, that's awesome.
I just started.
Yeah, sweet. You're sewing it together. Perfect.
I like this.
That's beautiful. Oh, I'm so impressed. Everybody's done so well. Well done. So awesome.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I say, we've got a few more minutes if anyone wants to say anything or chat or ask anything before we wind up. But
The cockatoo dress that you made had along this sort of
yeah,
stitching on
yeah,
as well,
yeah, the
didn't it?
seed stitching, embellishing, found objects.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but I've seen.
Yeah.
I've seen.
Yeah, you've seen it. So, so there's the world's your oyster with scraps of fabric. There's no reason that you need to throw anything away. Don't become a hoarder though. Start utilizing your stuff, and yeah, just keep pottering away at it, and you'll do really well with it. And I'd love to see some of the achievements once you do start taking it into your clothing, upgrading your wardrobe, and just as a reference, we'd love to see what you're doing, guys. So yeah, so we're gonna probably say goodbye. Hey, we'll wrap up now because we I think we're all complete.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, thank you very much, Charlene. Thank you.
And if anyone wants to, sorry, I meant to say my son was the moderator today, helping with just everything. So we're just, yeah, thank you guys for being part of it. All right.
Thank you,
Bye.
everyone.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye,
you.
everybody from the
Bye.
Global Sustainable Fashion Week. Enjoy. Bye. Thanks,
Bye.
Gabby. Bye.